Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to find all the duplicate numbers problem. So we're given this unsorted array containing n numbers taken from the range 1 to n. The array has some duplicates, right? Find all the duplicate numbers without using any extra space, right? So this one is very similar with the previous problems in this category, right? So the idea here is we need to put every number to its correct index, right? So for example, given this array, right? So is it clear that the two numbers that are duplicated are 4 and 5? So the result is 4 and 5, right? So in order to find the duplicate number, we need first iterate to the array, right? And try to put every number to its correct positions or to its correct index. So what is a correct index of a number? So because our array is from 1 to n, right? It's taken from 1 to n. So because our array is from 1 to n, so for example, the this source array, let's say 1 2 3 4 5, right? So because our input has 5 numbers, right? So it has been taken from the range 1 to n, which is 1 to 5, right? So what is the correct index, correct positions of each number? So it is clear that the respective index is 0 1 2 3 4, right? So number n should be at index n minus 1, right? For example, number 4 is at index 3. So same here, number 3 should be at index 2, right? So I'm gonna have a index here. I'm gonna write down the index here, so it would be easier for us to iterate through it manually. 1 2 3 4, right? So number 3 should be at index 2, right? So we should bring 3 to the slot at index 2, right? Which is 4 is sitting at now. So I'm gonna swap. 3 come here and 4 come here. So the pointer is at the first slot. The pointer is at the first slot. So after the swapping, 3 is at its correct index, but 4 is not. 4 now is at index 0. It should be at index 3. Index 3 now has 5, right? Which is also not correct one. So I'm gonna swap, continue to swap. 4 come here and 5 come here. Continue. 4 is now is correct index, which is 3. 5 is not. So we will bring 5 to its correct index, which is 4. But as you can see here, there is another 5 that is sitting at index 4. So in this case, we don't want to swap, right? It would be nonsense to make a swap here. So I will continue, right? So 4 is at index 1, which is not correct. 4 should be at index 3, but there's another 4 sitting at index 3 now. So same as 5, we don't want to swap here. So continue. 3 is at index 2, which is correct. Continue. 4 is at index 3, correct. Continue. Same here. It is correct here, so we finish iterating, right? So as you can see, we have tried to bring every number to correct positions, right? And as you can see, all the duplicate number is not has a correct index, right? Which is 5 here is at index 0, and also 5 is a duplicate, right? And this 4 is not at its correct index. So it is a duplicate as well. The 3 last number is at its correct index, right? So here is the 2 number we should return. So let's try to code it out. So when I use 2 loop here, right? The first loop is to put every number back to its correct positions, right? Put back each number to its correct slot, right? The second loop is for finding the duplicate. Okay, so for the first iterations, I'm gonna use a for loop or a while loop, right? As you can see, as we manually run through the algorithm, we only move forward if the current we only move forward if the current is at its correct positions, right? So as you can see, there's more than n iterations here. So for the cases where we're not sure about the number of iterations, I'm gonna use while loop. So as I'm gonna start with I equals 0, and as long as I is less than num.length, I'm gonna run it to the loop, right? Inside here, what we're gonna do is let's use variable here to make it clear. So the current number, right? We need to know the current number. Current num is nums at index I, and the correct index of current number is current num minus 1. So our goal is to bring this number to its correct index, right? But only when, but in what cases? Uh, so we only want to bring this number to its correct. We only want to do a swap, right? Only when swap, when what? When the current number is not at its correct index. Now, correct. So for example, 5 should be at index 4, but it is at index 0 now, right? So it is not this correct index. But when the current number is at its correct index, it is not guaranteed that we will make a swap, right? Like for this example, 5 is not at its correct index, but 5 is not at its correct index, but at 4, which is its correct index, there's another 5. So it should be n. We only want to swap when this is true. Current number is not at its correct index, and the number at correct index is different from current number, right? So for this guys, the number at correct index, which is 4 here, is same as the current number, so we don't want to make a swap here. So if current number is not correct again, what is it? How is it translated? How can it be translated? It is same as I is different than, which is the current index, is not the correct index. So and the current number is different from the number that is at correct index, right? Only in this case, we want to make a swap here. We will swap numbers at index I with numbers at correct index. Else, if we don't swap, then we will continue, right? If we don't swap, then we will continue to iterate to the next number. So it means I plus plus. So here the first loop, we exit when we finish iterating. The second loop is for let I equal to 0, I let the nums or length I plus plus, and same here. I will copy it over here, and we need to store the duplicate number into an array, right? Let's call it output, and we will return the output at the end. Okay, so the correct the duplicate number is the one that is not at its correct positions now, right? So I think we don't need this. So if the current numbers, right, is different from what, from the index plus 1, it means it is duplicate, right? So the correct index is, for example, 5 should be index 4, right? So here's a number should be index is index plus 1, right? Here is the case that number is at its correct index. But if it's different here, it means this number is not at its correct index. So it means I'm going to push it into the output array, the current number. Right. So we finish, and the output contains all the duplicates. So I would run the test, just 5 and 5. Okay, it works. And let's double check here. To make sure that our code has been executed. Awesome. So that is it for this video. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.